Okay, we're all set up inside of the Evolve 25 and we're going to be doing some electric field testing. I've got absolutely everything turned on here in the sauna. I just want to show you the ceiling of the sauna for a moment. And you can see up on the ceiling, I've got the two reading lights turned on. We do have the stereo system turned on, currently transmitting over Bluetooth. Just some nice soft spa music for this video. And the chromotherapy light is turned on. As you can see, I'm going to leave it on white for the purposes of the video here, and I actually think white is probably the greatest output, if indeed it's going to affect the electric fields at all. So once again, all of the features of the sauna are turned on: the reading lights, the chromotherapy LED panel, and we're currently transmitting over Bluetooth to the stereo speakers. So I've got 2 meters here in the sauna with me that we're going to be using, and I'll just turn the camera around. Got the 2 meters just sitting on my thighs here. Over here we have the gigahertz solutions electric field meter, currently reading just 2 volts per meter. The heaters at the moment are turned off, so we could consider this our baseline. The heaters are turned off, and just to do this correctly, you are always supposed to hold on to the gigahertz solutions meter. Not making any difference there, but the guidelines do suggest always hold on to it. It is grounded. You can see the ground wire connected there, and that's running outside of the sauna to the ground pin on the wall outlet. Over here we've got the tri-field meter. This meter does not ground, but we're going to do some comparisons with the tri-field meter and the gigahertz solutions. Currently the tri-field at our baseline prior to turning the heaters on is reading 0 volts per meter. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heaters on. And there we go. All the heaters have now turned on. Let's have a look at the meter, see if we have any change at all. On the gigahertz solutions, I'm holding on to it. We've got 5 volts per meter, so that just jumped up. Was it 1 or 2 before? So it's just jumped up 3 or 4 volts per meter. And over on the tri-field, no increase at all. I've got the door closed, of course, because we want to represent this as realistically as possible. As of course you'd have the door closed when you're using the sauna, meaning that the front door mounted heater is nice and close to you. Let's go ahead and take some readings. We'll start off with the gigahertz solutions meter. My little blue probe out in front there, I'll touch that right to the heater, and that's spacing the meter 1 inch away. Your body would certainly never be any closer than 1 inch away from the heaters, and probably a bit further. So at that spot we're reading 0 volts per meter. Excellent. Coming down a bit, no change. I'm just going to shift the tri-field safely onto the bench. Let's continue on with the testing. 0 volts per meter on the gigahertz solutions meter. It's widely accepted as a quality meter for this job. And as you can see, we've just got no electric fields being detected at all here. Things like connectors and soldered joints in the sauna can create some electric fields, and if I get close to this connector here, indeed we do pick up some. 10, which is still incredibly low, but that's 1 inch away from that connector. That's the power supply for the door heater. Let's go over to one of the sidewall heaters. And we'll start at the bottom. 1 volt per meter. Coming up. Again, just staying 1 inch away from the heater. 0. 0. 1, 2, 1, 2 volts per meter. On the back side of our heaters, in the bottom of each, the bottom corner of each heater is where the heater leads connect, and we also have a little temperature sensor, and they can create a little blip of both magnetic fields and electric fields. But we're just jumping up to 6 volts per meter, and this is still incredibly low. Check the connector over here on the back wall heater. A little more on that one. Just moving away from that area. 11 volts, 10 volts per meter. We'll move up the heater. 1 volt per meter. Continuing to move up, we're near the top of the heater now. 3 volts per meter, 4 volts per meter. Again, remember everything, absolutely everything is on here in the sauna. 4, 3, 4. 1. I'll keep moving to the right. 0. 1 volt per meter. Got to turn the meter back on. Here we go, we're back in business. 1 volt per meter. Let's have a look at the other side wall. Let's go from the top to the bottom. 1 inch away. 2 volts per meter. 1 volt per meter. 1 volt per meter. Let's look at the little connection down in the corner. Just 7 volts per meter, still incredibly low. We'll try to have a look at the foot heater and the leg heater. There's 9 volts per meter. We'll do another sampling on the foot heater. 7 volts per meter. Let's have a look at the leg heater. We'll do a couple spots. Zero. Moving towards the center of the leg heater. 0. So as you can see, the heaters are all incredibly low. Let's look at some of the components in the sauna. Let's have a look at the reading lights. A little higher here, and I suspect some of this is coming from the Bluetooth receiver. The Bluetooth receiver is right about here in the roof of the sauna, 27 volts per meter. I've done this test without the Bluetooth operating and gotten lower readings here, but there you have it. This is a real life situation with everything being used. And this is still a very low reading. The speakers themselves, 26, 27. Our chromotherapy light. I've got the probe touching the LED panel. And we're reading 28. Get everything in frame there. Now, if we come down, of course, from the roof, you'll never have any body part up there by the roof. If I bring the meter down here, this is about head height now. 10 volts per meter. And again, the heaters themselves are practically nothing. There's 1 volt per meter over on the side wall. So this is hopefully the most realistic representation I can present to you with absolutely everything turned on. Let's do a check with the tri-field meter just for comparison purposes. Grabbing hold of the tri-field, we'll look at the side wall. 0. I don't think I've seen this meter go up above 0 the whole time we've been in here. 0. 0. We'll look at the back wall heater with the tri-field meter. 0. And this is a common meter. Perhaps you'll be testing your own sauna with a tri-field meter. It's an affordable meter. It has several functions. It tests for electric fields, magnetic fields, and also RF. Not necessarily the most accurate or the most sensitive of meters when they combine all these different technologies into one at a low price or lower price. You may not be getting the precision that you get with the specialized meters, which are single function, but nevertheless a decent meter, and certainly is going to alert you to the presence of anything significant. But we're just getting 0. And just out of curiosity, if we compare readings on the components with the tri-field, such as the control panel picking up 11, 12, stereo speaker, we're getting a little lower readings here. I think we're up to 27 with the gigahertz solutions meter. How about over by the Bluetooth? This was 27 with the gigahertz solutions meter, but just 9 on the tri-field. The one other thing we can do is look at the tri-field without the grounding wire. A lot of people don't bother using the grounding wire. Sometimes it seems to make a difference, sometimes it doesn't. So I've just unplugged the grounding line from the meter. We'll look at the front wall again, front door heater, getting just 2. One other spot, there's 2. One more spot. 2 volts per meter with the ungrounded gigahertz solutions. I think that's it. We've been throughout the sauna. We've done several different spots on all the heaters, which surround you really nicely in the Evolve 25. I must say it's getting pretty hot in here, so I think I'll wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. I hope it's been clear that here in our Evolve EHS saunas, extremely low levels of electric fields.